the effort is appreciated, but the actual results feel like they come up short. Like, the graphics are high fidelity, but I can't run them. And even with low settings, the game runs worse in spite of the optimizations in the backend. And the improvements to night driving that the increased graphics have is quite nice, I will say. But again, I cannot run it. And now you might say, well, that's just a you issue. Your computer sucks. And, well, my computer does kind of suck, but it's certainly not just a me issue. Many other players are having problems running the game now because of the increased graphics load. Graphics load which doesn't necessarily enhance the actual driving, although I do think that the nighttime driving is quite nice now because of the lighting. But one thing I do genuinely want to harp on about is the simulation of the celestial body movements. It's a waste of development time. Like, it looks cool and is conceptually quite interesting, but this is a car game. Why do we need accurate astronomical data? We don't. We just need, a basic day-night system. We don't need to see Orion's Belt or the Big Dipper. We're here to drive and crash and do all kinds of shit, except be astronomers. But one good thing they did do in this update is the user onboarding experience. The new tutorials are quite a step up, because one of BeamNG's biggest weaknesses was integrating new players into the game, because the old tutorials were not great, to be honest. The game is or at least it was, very hard to get into, simply because there's a ton of controls and you're not really sure what you're doing, but the new tutorials are quite nice, and I do want to give props to that, to solving one of the game's big issues that a lot of experienced players gloss over because they already know how to play the game. But new players don't know how to play the game, and yeah. Also, I want to say that the new user interface, it looks quite nice, actually. It feels clean and sensible. It'll take some getting used to, but I think overall it's an improvement. I want to talk about the new car added. It's visually stunning, and it has a lot of detail, but it just doesn't feel that unique. Like, I'm not saying we need a dump truck again, or a school bus, or an armored van, but I don't know. I look at it, and I've driven it around a bit, and it just doesn't really feel all that different from what was that other car? I think it's the FCV. It kind of just feels the same, but slightly sportier. I don't know. It just kind of blends in, which is a shame, because I can tell the developers put quite a lot of effort into it. The Steam achievements that were added, they're nice, but they're fluff. Again, they don't really add much to the actual gameplay, except if you're a completionist, but BeamNG isn't exactly a game that caters to that all that much to begin with. But what I think is quite annoying is what the game still lacks. I mean, we've gotten all this, to put it bluntly, nonsensical bullshit. Why are we getting celestial body movements? I mean, really, guys. We don't have a proper wheel and tire selector yet. I'm not saying we need something super intricate, but anything is better than the current list scrolling management we have now. It's terrible. And I'm shocked they haven't improved it yet, because it's been like that for a long time, and it's always been bad. And something else that still needs improvement is that many cars are missing what should be universal tunable parts. For example, there's the race LSDs and race transmissions, which you can manually adjust the parameters of, which are very nice for tuning, but a lot of vehicles just don't have them. A lot of vehicles that you would expect to have them don't, and it's strange. And another bit of a disappointing thing is that career mode is still unfinished. It feels like the developers don't really know what they want to do with it, because each update they add or rework something about it, but it still remains unfinished. And it's kind of a shame, because I think career mode could be quite fun and interesting if they got it down. Because currently the gameplay loop of it is fairly solid, I will say, but again, it's unfinished, and I don't know if it'll ever be finished, because they can't seem to figure out what they want to do with it. But overall, I think that the update just took too long for the substance that was added. You know, we got a new car, sure, but the car isn't that interesting. We got all this visual fidelity that most users can't actually run. We got the goddamn stars aligning. Whoop-de-doo. I guess the new UI is nice. The tutorials are nice. But it just feels like something is missing with the update. It feels like we should have gotten something more substantial. And I know that it's difficult work to make a game and polish it, one as complex as BeamNG, but I don't know. It's just some feeling I got about the update that's like, I don't know, something's missing. Like they fell short somehow. And I'm not exactly sure how.